It was purchased to found a school in 1833, and the original organizational nonprofit was called the Boston Farm School Society, and they spent $6,000 buying the island. Today we're called Thompson Island Outward Bound, but we are still the same organization. We own the island. And what we hope to show you today, by way of a journey through the history of the campus, we hope to show you that the mission today is substantially the same as it was 187 years ago. We serve young people from Boston, young people who are most in need of opportunity. Back then, it was orphaned boys. Today, it's middle school students in the Boston public schools. We do that through hands-on experiential education. Back then, it was based around a farming curriculum and industrial trades. Now, we use the island's natural classroom to stimulate excitement about science and to get kids to step outside their challenge zone and understand who they are. Tell the story of the school as it was and the organization as it is now through the buildings that we visit. We're actually on the site of the original school building. So the Boston Farm Society was founded to create a school for orphaned boys. And the concept was to use farming for the school for several practical reasons. First of all, the boys grew their own food, and the surplus they sold in Boston, so it was financially very necessary. And the other was that farming in 1833 was a perfectly decent occupation for a young man, especially a young man who was orphaned.
Presses, and if you actually orient yourself the back to the door, this shot was originally taken with the boys and their equipment sitting in that back right-hand corner. If you're looking for some sort of orientation. A closer up shot of two former students. This is Bud Roberts, class of 49, and Steven Zavitas, class of 48, working on the same printing machinery in this building. Guys did a lot, so not only were they learning how to do a printing press, we'll go over woodworking and things like that in a minute, but they're also actually producing things for their own community and for the folks back in Boston. So this is a map of Thompson Island that was printed in 1896 by the students here. And then they also, it's in my hand, they also printed their own student newsletter, or student newspaper called The Beacon. And this is actually the very first volume of that that the students produced. So all of the students, part of their curriculum and part of life here was they had chore rotation. So every 3 months or so they'd get assigned a new chore. So all the students took care of all the animals. They all were part of the agriculture, things like that. But every 3 months there'd be a new crew of boys on laundry duty or on kitchen duty, things like that. So that was a big part of the culture and the structure. If you are a basketball player or familiar with the game, this is where basketball used to happen, which seems like a very small space for that. But this was the original basketball court when this was first built in the 1800s. It also has some great views of heading out to the harbor. This was built to be the headmaster's quarters and his family. So students got new buildings, and the headmaster and his family got this house built for them. The original foundation stone was laid by Leverett Saltonstall, who was, thank you very much, who was the governor and senator of Massachusetts and a trustee of the island from the early 1920s to about the mid-1950s.